was born and raised in Nigeria. I've lived in the UK for 7 years now. I studied digital character animation and I did a master's in business management. I had a wonderful group of friends around me. I had family, had obviously plans for where my life was going. I had pretty much a clear path. We were going to a basketball game. So there was 5 of us in the car. The driver was a bit distracted, obviously, with our conversation, and she just about going to miss the turn. At the last minute, she remembered. That didn't go so well. She lost control of the car, hit the curb, flipped a few times, and well, the rest is pretty much history. I got airlifted to the hospital. Next time I remember, hours after my operation, and I was lying in bed, and yeah, things from there just became quite grim. But yeah, the hardest was my mum. Her emotions were quite raw, not held back, not reserved, and watching my mum's pain was, yeah, that would be the hardest thing there was in the whole experience. As I started to see the few difficulties that came with being, spinally injured, when I couldn't talk with the tracheostomy and having the tracheostomy taken out and having to pretty much learn to talk again. I had to relearn to breathe in a different way because my lungs were affected, that sort of thing. Those are the things that really sunk it in. At the time of the accident, I was a student, international student at that, so paying 3 times the normal rate already had its own financial strain on my parents, who were my main source of finance, and obviously after the accident, I didn't have a car, had to get to uni, so I was taking taxis every day back and forth. The place I was staying, I had to pay rent there, start with that, food, literally just upkeep really. So one of the first major things was securing an interim payment, and I got to understand why that might be complicated. At the time of the accident, I lived in student accommodation, which is completely unsuitable for wheelchair access. Brereton's helped me secure the first place I stayed in and get interim payments, and help keep me going at least for the period of time I needed to keep going before the whole thing was actually sorted out. I had 2 interim payments in that period of time, and before the case was finally settled 2 years later. So these were like large enough sums to actually make a difference. The help from Brereton's was quite big in terms of my first few steps at least. The knowledge base that the professionals provided cannot be underestimated really. I didn't have to worry too much about the things they got involved with. I could focus on dealing with my family, dealing with friends, dealing with my personal recovery, physically, mentally, emotionally. I don't think it's possible to do on your own. There's no way to do it on your own. You need people out there to help you. Finding those people is really important.